one of our special teams players of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I might fill in. I've got a text sent to me.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Wildcat Grill tonight, where we are hosting the fifth quarter with your coach, Rance Gillespie. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We want to thank Tyler Truelove for having us over here at the Wildcat Grill again for your show. Coach, let's talk about last week. Let's go over that game with Bremen. We traveled west to the other side of the state, long drive. We come off the bus. Tell us about your overall thoughts on the game. It's a 14-3 victory, and a tough victory.
Yeah, it really was. Bremen's got a good football program, and we had said, all week that there were a lot of similarities in the program. As far as the physicality of the two teams, as far as the level of talent in the two teams, as far as things that you could tell were important to them. They tackle well, they run the football, they play hard, and I thought they did a great job with their special teams. So we needed to find things to separate ourselves, and I thought we did that. I thought that our kids showed competitive stamina. It wasn't easy. They took the ball and kind of ate up the entire first quarter, which can cause you to press a little bit offensively. But defense came away and held them to 3 points there, and then the rest of the night played as good as we could defensively, which is kind of a tale of 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago against Dalton, the offense played really well and scored a bunch of points, and the defense didn't play as well. And this week, the offense didn't quite play as well as we would like or to our standard, and the defense played extremely well and made a bunch of plays. And once again, I know you had Ty Maximum last week, but our special teams can continue to play really, really good. And we had I think it was 4 pins, on kickoff, and anytime you can create that and cause a team to start backed up, that's a big-time bonus. And I thought we punted the ball well too. So those things can be a big difference in a football game.
Yeah, let's talk about when the game started. They took the ball for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And then our first 2 drives were stalled out. So it started off a little rough for us. But when we that's the first time I can remember us being shut out in the first half. Not especially this year, but in a while. But we talked about it at halftime that we felt like y'all were going to go in and make a bunch of adjustments, and you did that. Now, our offensive output, we only had about 240 yards total offense, which was quite significantly less than about that 600 we had the last week before. So you're right. It was a tale of 2 different games there. Yeah. But I think our team gutted this one out because they were a hard-hitting team. I mean, they played to the whistle.
Yeah, they had a lot of talent. They had.
They did.
They had the defensive lineman was really talented and a big body, and gave us some issues that we had to deal with. We found a couple of different formations to try to move him around, and a couple of shifts and pre-snap motions to try to get him where we wanted him. And I thought Bobby did a good job when we could get him matched up on him, and it's kind of what we were trying to do.
Well, and on defense, let's talk about that defense because they did shine last week. We had 2 interceptions. Brewster took one away from him. He pickpocketed one guy. And then, of course, Reed Giles had a key interception. And then we had a couple of more sacks. So we've got 10.5 sacks on the year, which that's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the defensive front is playing well. We talked about that too. The detail that Bill gives to the front four and all the little things that they do just in terms of their movement, in terms of their fundamentals, and those things is probably more detailed than any that I've been accustomed to. So I think that front's playing good, and I think the secondary's played real well, and that was an unbelievable play by Sean, and a really big play. And a turning point in the game when that happened.
Mm-hmm. He made a great play for those of you who did not see it. It was over on their sidelines, and their receiver caught the ball, and he literally took it out of his hands, which you don't see that very often, but it was a great play by him. By the way, I'm joined tonight by Mr. Rabun County down there, Darren Giles. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, jump in here.
I'm just filling in for Joey Thompson.
Okay.
Because Joey's supposed to be here. He texted me and said he had a meeting. But
well, jump in here if you got.
Just to go back
something.
on what Rance had said early in the season, I asked him, and he said, I think our special teams are going to be really good this year. And I think that after, because most of the time, a lot of coaches don't spend a lot of time on special teams. It's just kind of a space in practice that maybe Wednesday you take 20 minutes on and you go over special teams, and in a game you hope that you get the right personnel out on the field. But to watch the special teams this year, it's you're right. You told me early in the year that it's a difference maker.
It is, and I think that is proven to be so, especially for us. And I think our kids are taking great pride in it. And we practice special teams every day. It's a third of the game, and it can be a huge third of the game. And it's a place where you can win a lot of games and make a big difference. And all the guys that I have worked for have taken extra pride in special teams, and so that's kind of been ingrained in me. And our kids are buying into that, and they're seeing the results of what we're doing as far as practice and the time that we invest in special teams.
If you'll remember, Coach Maxwell, our special teams coach, was on with us last week, and we talked about that extensively. And the other night, the Avila kids, man, they bombed out. That punting, we had some great punts the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course kickoffs, we had a couple in the end zone. It was an all-around good performance by them. And
I tell you, I have been really proud, and not to jinx us, but really proud of our kickoff team. Mm-hmm. I think we have covered really well, and I think we've taken great pride in that. And I think we've gone down and tried to establish a physicality as soon as the ball's kicked, and I think that is a huge down in the game. And I think it ought to be fun to watch your gunners on the punt team, and I think our guys are playing well on that team. We're covering well, and Christian's certainly getting the ball out and seems to be in a groove as far as hitting it right now. So, and then Reed's done some great things with the kickoff returns and the punts, and but we're doing a good job matching those things in front of him too.
To go back to Cooper Kowalski, the first play of it was the kickoff. And that was a great tackle.
It was
unfortunate for the kid, but I mean, it was a great open field tackle on a great athlete. So
yeah, it really was. He's one of their better players, and I thought Cooper did a great job for that. And I think he's a guy that's playing a bigger and bigger role for us, especially in special teams.
Mm-hmm. Just a freshman.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
You mentioned Reed on the kickoff or the punt receiving team. Their punter the other night, I said he was kicking Saturday kicks. They were so high that they were literally out of the lights. And Reed wanted to return one of those so bad. He caught a couple of them with 4 guys just surrounding him. Tell us about what it takes to catch a punt like that.
It's a huge down. Because on average it saves you anywhere from 10 to 17 yards when he fields it and when he doesn't field it. And the way that kid was hitting the ball, it was, at least in the lights, if not above at times. And that kid is super talented, and I think he's ranked like 6th in the nation, but certainly we'll have an opportunity to punt on Saturdays. And, for Reed to have the confidence to step up and make those plays, those are big plays. That's a first down, so that saves us, a lot of field position over the course of a night.
Yeah, okay. All right, so the difference that we had in the Dalton game and the preparation that we had for that game, how does those two compare to what we're preparing for this
It's
week?
totally different again.
Yeah, okay.
Totally different again,
Okay.
So Dalton was 4 down, and they brought a little bit of pressure but not much. And then Bremen was 3 down, but they were odd stacked. They brought a good bit of pressure. And this is going to be 3 down, and it's going to be slant pressure every down. Offensively, it was spread. Then it was, they were kind of a hybrid spread, almost a single wing type deal at Bremen. And now we're going to play option. You've got to play total team defense when you play an option team. Okay. And they make you make individual plays, an individual play on the dive, an individual play on the quarterback, and an individual play on the pitch. Okay. And then you got to have everybody rallying to the ball, and it's just a total game of discipline for us on both sides of the ball because of what they do defensively as well. And if we have a lineman that does not play with great discipline, and chases where he shouldn't, and does not understand his track, or uses the wrong hand and gets turned a little bit, then we can have a negative play. So it's going to be a total game of discipline on both sides of the ball.
Okay, the other night, Bremen, they kind of ran a option play a couple of times, and had y'all talked about that during the week?
Yeah.
Because
I think Bill does a great job of preparing our defense for pretty much everything, and certainly there's things that they haven't shown. But I think on the play that you're talking about, Takeo did a great job of kind of taking care of both.
He did. It was amazing the play he made. And tell us a little bit about this new guy we got. So go ahead.
Takeo Hibbler.
Yep.
And
TJ.
Yep, that's right. He goes by TJ, and he's a talented guy for us, and we played him a lot of downs the other night, but over time he's going to fit into our scheme better, and those things. So certainly he'll be an asset for us.
Well, Mac Williams, another defensive guy, he came in as a transfer also, and he started out, and now he is really making some plays for us.
Yeah. Yeah, Mac's a guy that pays attention and buys in, and we've got several guys that do that for us defensively, and because they do, they continue to get better and better and better each week. They're coachable guys.
Okay. Hey, welcome, Joey Thompson.
Yes, sorry I'm late.
All right.
Hey, one of those, it wasn't on the option type play, but one of those, I think it was in the third quarter. It was J.K. He read either a pitch out or whatever, but he read that so beautifully and had a solo tackle in open space. You could tell he was reading it and then had a great angle. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It was just he's done spectacular.
I don't know if I know the exact play, but I do know that he has played well for us so far this season, and a guy that. That you've been able to see grow throughout the summer, and another one of those guys that I'm talking about that's coachable and is playing good football for us right now.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of last week and players doing some great things, how about our players of the week?
Yeah. So we got 2 of them here. Sean Frooster was our defensive player of the week, and you referred to one of the plays that he made on the interception.
Oh yeah.
A great play by him. But he couldn't be here tonight. He has to work on Tuesday nights. So, he made a great play on that, and he's our defensive player of the week. Our special teams player of the week is Christian Avila.
All right. Christian, come on over here, man. Come around the table here, and let's sit down at the mic here.
You want to do them one at a time, or you want to get them both up?
Well, let's get them both up here.
Okay. And our offensive player of the week is Zach Gordon.
Zach,
I'm gonna
come
move
on
and
over
let him
here.
have my spot.
All right. Here, Zach, come over here. We're going to let you sit in the coach's spot here. We're going to talk for just a minute here. Okay. All right. Hey, all of you here in attendance, let's hear it for these two guys right here. I'm going to tell you, Zach, by the way, if you didn't know, Zach is a preseason all-state player for us. He's been anchoring center. Ty's out. Ty, where you at over here? How long has this guy been snapping to you?
7th grade.
7th grade, since the 7th grade. 7th grade, Ty. In fact, last year when I think you were injured a little bit, that was the first time he'd ever taken a snap from anybody else.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. We think it was.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about this season and how you're feeling. What do you think? How's it going?
I think it's going pretty good. I think we just got to grow a little up front. So last week we played a pretty good D-line. Struggled in the first half, but I think we settled down. We started picking up what they were doing, and we just got to get guys where they're supposed to be, and everything will be fine.
Okay.
I said it on air too. I was like, Zach is quarterback in that front line. There was something that was going down that you didn't like. I can't remember, but you were. But you were just showing leadership there, and it was so cool to see.
One of the things, for those of you who have ever watched us on Wildcat Live, the broadcast, we have comments over to the side where viewers can comment. And the president of the Reed Giles fan club, his aunt from Florida, she chimed in last week and she said, Zach Gordon is the man. So you were getting a little love from other folks there. One of the things I want to just talk about for a second is the discipline that y'all have had this year on the line. I cannot remember us having a false start or an offsides on either side of the ball. So tell us about that. Do y'all work on that consciously? Does Coach Stewart beat that into you?
Yeah, I think it really just goes in the way we practice. I mean, all our coaches are on it. Coach Gillespie, if we false start or anything, we restart it. Coach Stewart's on us. We jump off sides. We restart the play. So.
Okay. All right.
How about? I know Yearwood was out last week, and I think was Caden Watts in for him.
No, Caden Watts actually started all year.
Okay.
Yearwood, he rolls in every now and then at guard mostly, but other than that, no.
But it just Caden did a great job.
Yeah, I thought he played really well.
Y'all do have guys coming in and out. Just speak to
Yeah.
that real quick. How
we got
guys subbing in and that kind of thing.
I think you're talking about Noah Johnson and Skylar Gunn. They're coming in and out, just really trying to get two guys to really pick up the position.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
All right, good deal, man. Well, good luck the rest of the season.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Hey, we love calling your name, man.
Yep.
It's a good job.
Like
I'm going to
it.
ask you to step out, and we're going to talk to Christian, and then we'll have Mr. Brewster come in. And why don't you come on in over here?
So, Christian, while we're getting all set up here, brother, you had a great night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So, just talk to us real quick. First off, just the importance of punting and making sure we get good field position. Just speak to that real quick.
Well, I mean, everybody thinks it's about the leg and everything, but really it just comes down to the drop. You gotta have a perfect drop. The drop, if it's bad, shank, anything. So you gotta be good under pressure and stuff. I trust my snapper, my blockers. So all comes down to me.
Oh.
You had some great punts the other night, and you've had some all year, including one that you pinned. I forgot which game it was. You pinned them back at the 2. It was an unbelievable punt. But tell us a little bit about you guys who are kickers. We've always laughed a little bit because in warm-ups, man, y'all are intense. I mean, y'all come out way early, do your warm-ups, get everybody out there. Tell us a little bit about your routine there.
Well, usually we try to get into the group, try to get out on the field like 6, warm up for like 15 minutes. For me, since I'm a punter, I go up and down the line, dropping the ball, practicing my drops. Then I work with our freshman punter, passing the ball back and forth.
Okay.
It's called punt pass to work on contact. And then from there, we build on to full punts, and then we go to team with special team, and then I do punts. Then I move over to kickoffs. So it's really how it goes.
Okay, and you've even come in at some points and played DB for us.
Yes, sir.
You like that?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Where did you pick up your love for punting at? When did you first start punting?
I started my sophomore year. I was in gym playing soccer with my friends, and Coach Bagley, he used to be here, and he was like, "Man, you should come out and kick for us."
Yeah.
Okay.
Since then, I've been kicking.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. So you didn't have that love of punting at 4 years old. It was something that came in a little later.
No, sir.
All right, good deal. Well, you've heard us bragging on our special teams every week,
Yes, sir.
and you are a critical part of that. And we just want to thank you for all the hard work y'all put in, and look for continued success.
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Thank you for being here tonight. Our special teams player of the week, Christian Avila.
Yep.
All right. All right, here he is, the man of the hour, the pickpocket. How did it feel, man? You took that thing away from him the other night.
Feel pretty good.
It did. Tell us a little bit about, for those of you who were not at the game and you couldn't watch, this guy had one of the best defensive plays. I thought Joey was going to have a heart attack after in the press box. He had one of the receivers for Bremen on their sidelines. He catches the ball, and right as he's about to turn, this guy right here just says, "Hey, that's my ball, and I want it back." And he took it away from him. Tell us about it.
Really, it just starts from going back to like how we train and everything. They tell us to don't look at the quarterback. Make sure if they catch the ball, you fight for the ball. Make sure you can get it out. And I mean, really just come back to training.
All right, so you were at the perfect. It was the perfect opportunity because he kind of had it turned, and then you just grabbed it away from him. So it was a great opportunity there.
Did you steal it from, like it was in his hands and you just said, because in some ways it looked like you had to catch it this way and then ripped it from him. Is it?
From where I was, he caught the ball, but when as he was turning, he was fumbling the ball up and down. So I got my hand in and just, as he was going down, I just pulled it back from him.
That's all.
Yeah, you wanted it. That was one of the highlights, obviously the highlights of the game. So we've watched your growth this year, and we've seen you really, really pick it up as far as that position you're playing back there. Tell us a little bit about what this year it's starting to click. Tell us about it.
I mean, I haven't really played corner at all. I just started it this year during I think either the spring. I mean, I'm liking it pretty good. I'm catching on to it. The fundamentals is pretty easy to catch on to. Corner is like a pretty hard position to play.
It is.
You just got to catch on to it, and as you go, just build from everything that you learn.
Well, who is your position? Who's coaching you during the week?
Coach Hughes.
Pardon?
Coach Hughes.
Yeah, Coach Hughes is your coach. Okay,
Yes,
good deal. Well, you've got, 2 interceptions on the year?
One.
One, okay, all right. I had you for 2, but that one the other night counted as 2 in my book. It was awesome. Well, we sure have enjoyed watching your progress, and some of the plays that you've made have been some of the most exciting that we've seen. Getting in there and getting after it. So, you got kind of that classic corner look from the DBs that you see in the college and the pros. That same.
Is there anybody? I mean, I know you just started this position. Is there anybody in college or pros that you just kind of emulate and kind of like, oh, I like their game, I want to follow?
I'd say probably Jalen Ramsey. Trying to pick up off what he's doing.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right. Well, good deal. Hey, this is your defensive player of the week, Sean Frooster.
Good job.
Good job, man. All right. So all of these guys, I'm telling you, have provided highlights this year that Joey and I both have gotten so excited in the booth. We've had to apologize for getting too loud.
Yeah.
So, Coach, three crucial players on our squad there for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a great job, and deserve to be recognized.
Absolutely. So by the way, the other night our scoring opportunities was a pretty good run by Reed. I think it was 45 yards, maybe. I can't remember exactly.
Yep.
And then I want to touch on that touchdown pass that Ty threw because we were inside. We were on the 5-yard line, and he rolled out, and he took his time, very patient, and then hit Dane Tyler. Dane's second touchdown catch this year. Tell us a little bit about that play.
Yeah, I thought he showed a lot of poise right there. You know, he could have and so here's what I would say. You know, he did not throw the ball as well as he had in the first couple of games, and you know, you're going to have to struggle through some of those nights. And I think the thing that you can take away from that snap is, even though he was struggling, you know, he did not panic, didn't rush, and he made a big play when this football team had to have a big play out of him.
Absolutely.
And I think that says a lot about, you know, his ability to be resilient, his ability to overcome, his ability to make a big play when the game's on the line, and he did, you know, and there was a lot of pressure. And he gets out of the pocket. It was a designed, you know, rollout. The first progression wasn't there, second progression wasn't there, and Dane is taught to free up later in the progression. And I thought he showed a lot of poise and a lot of confidence, and made a big time play for our football team.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up with that, and we've got a coach's interview this week.
Yeah.
So tell us who we're going to be talking to here.
We're going to talk to Tyrus Dixon.
Yes.
Coach Dixon coaches our secondary. And he also helps us with our academics, or is really kind of the overseer of our academics, which is a huge deal for us. You know, we want to be about character, academics, and football. And so we're going to put emphasis on all three.
Let's get him over here. Coach Dixon, come on.
And
move it over here. Let's go.
And then he also heads up our youth league. And,
really?
And helps oversee that. So
Okay.
That's a big deal for us and our community, and he's doing a great job with those things.
Speaking of our community, some of y'all know him from his playing days here. Coach, how you doing?
I don't think anybody remembers me from my playing days. Nobody remembers the old lineman.
Everybody remembers the offensive line. Are you kidding me? The old line, the backbone. You know, the linemen are always some of the smartest guys on the team. That's why you're in charge of academics.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we'll figure that one out.
All right. All right. So tell us a little bit about your duties, coaching.
I coach the safeties,
Yep.
and that's a new experience. I hadn't been in the secondary in a few years, so a lot of people are shocked when they see me back there coaching that. So
Okay.
you can obviously tell I didn't play safeties, and so I got the other ones working on academics and coordinating with the rec department right now.
Okay. Let's talk about the safety. Our safeties. You got a pretty good room there with safeties. Tell us a little bit about.
Well, Coach Stewart said when you get a Ferrari, make sure you don't wreck it. So
Oh,
I just
what
make
a
sure-
good one. That's a great one.
I just make sure I don't mess them up. We've got Reed Burrell back there, Reed Giles, and Evan Page. We've got a lot of reps for us this year, and it's just a good group. Very smart players, very good athletes, and very coachable.
You got an embarrassment of riches right there with those guys.
Oh, yes.
Just spectacular play back there. So I want to hear about the relationship with the rec league, and that. I mean, is it how long has that been going on? And that's awesome.
Well, my son's playing his first year of rec ball this year, and so I was going to be at the practice, and Coach Gillespie asked that we have somebody there, and so I kind of took it on, and it's been fun. It's not been good on after the Dalton and Bremen games, being down there at 8 o'clock in the morning to help get things out there, but you know, it's been fun being down there, and you know, the coaches are real enthusiastic, and they're trying to adapt some of the things we're doing. Coach Gillespie met with them, and they're implementing a lot of our stuff at different levels, and it's been a real positive thing to deal with.
That is awesome. I'm just saying from experience, I coached both my boys all the way through since they were 5, and just that, and it would do something for the rest of the kids whenever we brought in Charlie Warner and Alden Wright and just different of the high school players to talk to them. And, I mean, it was like, okay, now we are part of this. You know, it's not just our little team. We're part of this. And, of course,
hearing, what schemes and things that are going on. And so they feel like they're growing into something. It's so cool.
It is. It's very important to the building of the program also.
No doubt. That's what I was going to say. If we're going to truly have a football program and not a series of football teams, then we have to have a relationship with the rec department, and we have to have ties to the rec department. That's where Tyrus comes in and kind of forges that and make sure that there's a communication piece taking place. And he's worked extremely hard at that, and I'm really excited about where all that's headed.
Well, Coach Dixon, have you found any gyms down there yet? You wrote down any names, and you're going, hey, Coach, this guy's going to do something for us in 6 or 7 years.
There's a lot of kids out, and there's a lot of enthusiasm in it, and we've had to combine a couple teams, and the numbers are good at certain age levels, and so it's a very positive experience watching them play and run around.
Sure. All right, tell us a little bit about
the answer to that question is yes. Okay,
yeah.
You can tell when you're out there who's going to.
He's got some notes.
Yes.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about academics because we've football is not for dummies. I'm going to tell you, if you were here the night Ty described some of the play calls he has, it was pretty interesting. And so, Coach, tell us about football players are smart. Tell us a little bit about how you're working with them in the academic realm.
Well, we're staying on them every Friday. We get a progress report printed out, and if you're not at a certain level, you get to show up for a little extra academic help on Wednesday mornings at 7:15, and some are there on Wednesday afternoons. So school's done a great job. Coach Pitts runs it for us. He coordinates it. So we do it in the morning where if they need to go see a teacher, there's teachers there to help them with it.
And what happens if you find out they're goofing off in class?
Well, we have a little positive conversation with them, and we may mix in a little CrossFit with it too, so just to make sure.
I'm telling you, if you're sitting in class, Coach Dixon knocks on the door, you are sweating, for sure. And we, our school system has had really rave reviews as recently as U.S. News and World Report had us classified as one of the top schools in our state. And then, of course, our test scores have been really good. So y'all are a part of that, making sure that happens. So, all right, now tell us a little bit about your family a little bit. Some of these folks that don't know you or hadn't seen you since you were that great offensive lineman, tell us a little bit about the family.
Well, I grew up in Rabun County and was always dreamed to want to come back, and opportunity opened itself up with my wife is a physician assistant, and they had a job where she could go to Clarksville and work. So we moved back last year in the process of trying to get started on building the house, and got 2 younger kids, Coleman that's over here, and Hallie's on her way back from dance in Oakwood right now. So they're got a 4th grader and a 2nd grader.
All right, good deal.
And my parents I know they're happy the grandkids are back. I'm not sure about me, but they're really happy that the grandkids are close by. So we know the priorities.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, we certainly are. We are excited about having you back and having your expertise back there, and your safety position on this team is one of the best positions groups that we've got, and you're obviously doing a good job.
I got a great group to work with.
All right, good deal. Well, we thank you for being with us tonight.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. All right, good deal.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Dixon. All right, Coach, we got a few minutes left. Let's. You've already mentioned a few things about Bremen. Let's talk a little bit more about them, because those who don't know, the coach that started out with Bremen at the beginning of the year was fired after the first game. Banks. I do know who we're playing. He was fired after the first game, and so they now have a new coach, Mark Hollers, who many of you may know was the head coach at Commerce last year. He got let loose after the end of the season, and so he went over to be the offensive coordinator. So now, though, he is the head coach. Now, do you know Coach Hollers pretty good, or
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I know who he is. I know he
Right.
was at Commerce for a while, but that's really about the extent of
Okay.
it.
He
Yeah.
won 31 games in 4 seasons over there, so he had a pretty good record there. So he's coming in. Do we know they? It was after they got beat pretty soundly by East Hall that first game, and so when he came on, have you seen in watching all of your film a difference in what they're doing?
You know, somebody asked me that earlier in the week, and you know, offensively, I don't think it's been a complete change, and then defensively, what they were doing against East Hall, you know, and East Hall is spread every down. It was hard to really. I mean, we flipped the tape on, but really we concentrated on the game since he has been the head coach. So. I don't know that I can speak to that. I'm sure there have been plenty of changes, but we've really concentrated on the games that we've had since he took over.
Well, it's hard to get a lot of stat information on Banks, but they don't seem to be a really prolific offensive team.
Well, let me give you this stat.
All right.
Okay. All right. If you want to talk about really prolific, their quarterback is the 100 meters champion in our region, and he can flat fly.
Okay.
All right. And when you play against, option football, you've got to do a great job of taking away the fullback, taking him away, and then they've got a tailback that can run as well. So, they can, and here's what they have been really good at doing. They've been really good at just hanging around and having a chance late in games and scaring the mess out of everybody. And they're a lot better than an 0-4 football team should be. And so I mean, last week they go against Cherokee Bluff, and it's a really tight game right up until the end. And so they've done a great job with the offense of shortening the game. And we got to find a way to get off the field and not let them extend drives. And then like I said, defensively, they just muddy everything up with all the stunts, all the blitzes, all the stuff that they do up front. And we're going to have to play extremely well to play the standard that we want to be at. And it's going to be a dogfight. And it has been for them just about every week. And then, there's been a couple of exceptions to that, but they do a great job, and they got some really good players.
Okay. Last year we went in there and we beat them, I think 31-9 or something like that. But this year we're gonna see a different team, so we better be ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it sounds like you're a little concerned too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we respect our opponents.
Okay.
Certainly we have a lot of confidence in ourselves as well, but we've got to be ready to play. And there's a 1,000 things that you worry about every week, and the most important thing that I worry about every week is us, and us playing to a certain standard.
All right. Well, I know this Friday night at Frank Snyder Memorial Stadium, I'm expecting to see everybody here there, but we are expecting a big crowd because this is a big week for us, and it's. You talk about maybe a couple of distractions, but this week is homecoming.
Yep.
So everybody will be there. There'll be a lot of folks there to see what happens at homecoming and all those festivities. The other big thing is we're going to retire Gunner Stockton's jersey this Friday night.
Right. Yep.
So those of you who did not know that, that's going to be a big night. And, of course, Gunner will be back with us to celebrate that retirement. And so it's going to be a big night.
Let me say this. He's one of the most decorated high school quarterbacks in the history of Georgia high school football, and he totally deserves for his number to be retired and to be recognized for all the accomplishments that he had at Rabun County and that he continues to have. And I mean, how exciting was the way he played on Saturday for the University of Georgia, and just I'm just really, really excited and really, really proud to just be a small part of that. And what a great job he has done, and you know, what a great human being
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
on top of everything else.
Absolutely. He's the ultimate aw shucks guy. He is not going to come in here and he's not going to put on a show for himself. It's all about team and
For those of us who watched him grow up here too,
Yeah.
and play ball here and go 65-0, and you talk about rec league,
Yeah.
and then to see what happens on Saturday was, for those of us who watched him play here on Friday night, it looked a lot like Friday night in Rabun County when he played here. So for us I just think it's really cool that we have homecoming.
You drop a dime like that
Yeah,
on fourth down to win a
people are
game
still
on the
trying to-
road in Knoxville, Tennessee. I mean, my gosh.
They're still
Absolutely.
trying to get
That's-
over that. They're still trying to figure out how that. I mean, but we are used to it. I know. I mean, not to make too much of it, but just to see too how it happened to be that there's homecoming this week after that game, and he's going to be here. I couldn't be more excited about Friday night. Not just for us playing Banks, but just to us being able to do that.
I hope there will be a lot of people that turn out to honor him, and you know,
Absolutely.
of course, it is homecoming and all that too. But he deserves that.
He does.
Yep.
Absolutely. So all of you here, I know everybody here is going to be there, but if you're listening, this is your chance to come out to Frank Snyder Stadium and honor really a true Rabun County legend. Coach is right. He is a legend. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks come through the SEC, but I've never seen one as calm and cool as he is. He never gets rattled. So Friday night's a big night. We've got we're starting into our section of the season where we're going to be alternating, and what I mean by that is we got a home game, an away game, home away. So it's going to be 3 and 3. I've looked at the schedule. I've checked the mileage. The farthest away game we got, Coach, is 82 miles. The others are under that. So I don't know why everybody here hasn't already planned to be at the away games. There's no reason you can't be there. So I just want to tell you that we're beginning that stretch of the season that's so critical. It's region play.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big game for us Friday because it starts region, and you know, they're all big when you're dealing with power rankings, but it's a little bit different when you get into region play.
Absolutely. So we want to make sure everybody is out Friday night. One thing I want to do before we leave, Coach, great show. One thing I want to do is I want to get Tyler Truelove, the owner of the Wildcat Grill, up here. Hey, let's go hustle. Can you go a little faster? We're on TV here. Come on, buddy, get up here. We got a special announcement. You know, the Wildcat Grill has great food, and they have been gracious hosts to us. All right, buddy, let's hear it. All right. All right, I don't know what y'all are doing tomorrow morning, but tomorrow morning about 6 o'clock, where do they need to be, Tyler?
Yeah, need to be here. We're starting breakfast tomorrow morning. Look, that's one thing, and you know we've had to bounce around. We've been open for 4 years and been in several locations. A lot of different things have happened to us, and breakfast is one of the most fun things that I've ever done. So we're super excited to get back to that tomorrow morning. Sweet.
All right, so it's scrambled eggs and sausage and
Hey,
bacon
anything
tomorrow.
you want, pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes. Come out, see the menu in the morning, and we look forward to it.
All right, so if any of you that like to talk football early in the morning,
We'll be here.
they'll be here for you. That's when you really get those X's and O's. You're going to have a chalkboard up, kind of drawing some plays?
We will.
All right, good deal.
We'll have the game replaying.
Okay,
for
good
sure.
deal. All right, well, we want to wrap it up for another edition of the fifth quarter show.
Tyler,
go
we
ahead.
appreciate you hosting us
Yes.
every week
Thank
here.
y'all. We appreciate
and it is a
everything you
great
guys
place.
do.
This is perfect. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And, hey, how's the food out there? Yeah, all right. Good job. All right, well, we're going to wrap up another show, and we look forward to seeing everybody Friday night. And, Coach, 4-0, fixing to be 5. Let's do it. Thank y'all.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Bob.
Speaker's a lot better. Have a speaker where you actually hear. Well, I told them, I was like, listen, if we don't get a speaker, people are going to quit coming so they can watch the show and hear it. So that's nice. Thank y'all. I hope it's what you want. Yeah, that's yours. Just bring it back with you. Thank you. Yeah. I got some swag. Oh, yeah, that's why I have it up here. He wants us advertising. Okay. How you feeling, man? I'm
good. Tomorrow is 2 weeks.